Hello everyone, and welcome to Liquibition number 25 between Jianfei, otherwise known as JF, and DinOt from his clan MYN. And this is coming after last week when JF managed to defeat K in 4-2 decisive victory. So JF is here to defend his title for the second time. And joining me today is none other than Cholera SC. So welcome Cholera, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Hello everyone, Team Liquid, and I'm definitely looking forward to this matchup. This is going to be a very, very good Protoss versus Zerg between JF, of course, one of the best foreigners around, the winner of the last TSL, and DinOt, a 16-year-old from Chile, playing a Zerg player, and you know, it's going to be an interesting series here. Looks like we're paused here in the beginning, and what are your predictions?
I don't know. This is a difficult series to call. I mean, DinOt hasn't had too many reps come out that I've seen. So, judging from the TSL, we should probably expect Jianfei to run away with this. Probably 4-0, 4-1, possibly 4-2 at the very best. But either way, they're going to be great games. I mean, DinOt's a master of macro, and he's also quite creative at the same time. Well, what do you think?
Well, I just watched the Dino versus Jianfei in the round of 8 in the TSL, where won 3-1, and it was interesting because Dino tried to go for big macro style play, sort of like 8-15, I would say right now. If you guys watch Pro League, 8-15 from Pro League, I guess from KTF is what he reminds me of most. He likes to go for the Sauron Zerg style. It's something we don't see that much nowadays. But unfortunately, JF was just so good with his harasses, he managed to shut down Dino's economy in every game where he went macro, and in fact, the one game that Dino took off of him was when he went for a completely unorthodox play. He went for a fast 2-hatch lair into slow drops into Hydralisk drop. He had his Hydra speed and slow drops for his overlords, and he managed to completely blow away JF on Withering Heights. So we'll see if it's the creativity or the macro style that gives Dino an edge here. Jianfei's been looking absolutely solid last week, especially with his Reaver play. I mean, he loves his Reavers against pretty much every race, and that is just the centerpiece of his play, so I expect to see that a lot. The first game we have here, I believe, is Andromeda, right? And I'm just going to call it right now. I think we're going to see some Sayer Reaver this game.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, what's really interesting about this matchup is that Jianfei is looking for his revenge. I mean, that's why we've got Withering Heights at set 3 here today. So, I mean, that's going to be one of the more interesting maps, in my opinion, here. But, yeah, coming back to Andromeda, I mean, it's a great Sayer Reaver map. I mean, most top-tier Protosses decide to go Sayer Reaver here because you can get a nice, easy three bases there. And that you pretty much need 3 bases for Sayer Reaver anyway. Meanwhile, the Zergs recently have been going for the 5-hatch builds. So, putting a hatchery out there, natural and mineral only, then going Letek, Spire, then getting Scourge to stop the Corsairs, then adding a Hydrogen and 2 hatcheries. I mean, that's worked out pretty well, especially for Yellow Ankh. So, I mean, I'd probably expect that from DinOt. I mean, I think he's going to play relatively standard on Andromeda at least.
I think that would be a wise idea. I mean, definitely there's a lot of options, but the 5-hatch build you're talking about, by the way, is basically 3-hatch into Lair, into Fast Spire, but before your Spire finishes, you add 2 more hatcheries. Usually you pick up your 3rd gas at that point. You would do that on Andromeda, most likely at the natural of another main base, and you build your 4th and 5th hatcheries, and you put down your Hydralisk Den at the same time. So your Spire is not for Mulisks at all, it's just for the Scourge, and you have 2 options. You can go Scourge Lurker, or you can go Scourge Hydra at that point. Scourge Hydra is more offensive. Scourge Lurker, of course, is more defensive, although you can set up a contain. It's definitely a mid to late game build. You want to get your econ up. You want to defend yourself very well there with the Scourge to kill off Obs and Shuttles and Scourge, and Sayers, and your Lurkers to defend your expansions. You really want to get up those upgrades and go to Hive. But, you know, what I saw in the TSL games was that DinOt stayed on Lair for a very long time during all of his games, and that was his downfall, I felt, because JF was just very good at, like you were saying, picking up his expansions and going up the tech tree himself. So, you know, I strongly favor JF too here.
Yeah, I mean, what we're going to do now, let's get this started, let's get this underway, and let's cut the speculation and see what actually unfolds. So, I believe we're ready to go. Intrigue, we're ready? Okay, let's get this started. And so, we've got JF spawning in the bottom left corner in the nice shade of orange, and we've got DinOt in the bottom right corner, and he'll be scouting towards the top right, so, I mean, he's not going to get any early information out of that. I mean, so I guess that works slightly in JF's favor, although it's a minimal advantage, I suppose. So, what do you expect to see from here?
Well, I'm going to guess that DinOt, since he likes the macro game, is probably going to go for a 12 hatch on Andromeda. Although certainly you could go and try to shut down the scouting probe. JF, I expect 99.9% is going to go for a Forge Fast Expand here. I didn't see anything other than Forge Fast Expands in his games against Zerg. So
I completely agree with Jianfei. I mean, he's definitely going to go for Fast Expand. They always go for the Fast Expand on Andromeda. However, I think DinOt is going to go for the 9 pull or an overpull or some variation of that to force JF to make some cannons early on. I mean, it's a marginal thing, but it's rather standard, and it delays the Protoss just that little bit. And most Zerg seems to do that, but 12 hatch has also seen quite a bit of play recently. But here we go, we got the Overlord making, and we'll see if he goes for the pull or the 12 hatch very, very shortly. And doesn't look like he'll go for it. I mean, he's already up to the 200 minerals. He's not making anything, so yeah, he's probably going to be playing 12 hatch here. And here we go. We got JF scouting straight towards DinOt, and he's going to get. So yeah, he's going to get all the information he needs from here. So without that sport,
that's definitely an advantage.
That scout's going to stay alive for quite a while.
That's a huge advantage. We could see him actually put the Nexus down first because he knows it's a 12 hatch, and he would pick up a pretty big advantage there. And it looks like he is saving up minerals for the Nexus, so it's going to be something like a 12-13 Nexus here from Jianfei, and that's going to be a big help for him. He's not going to go Forge first, and he, this is the luck factor here on Andromeda. He managed to get the scout in first, and he's going to reap the rewards of that. He's going to, well, looking at there it is. There's the Nexus going up. So, standard openings here. Most likely, I'm going to expect a couple more hatcheries coming up pretty soon. We'll see whether... one important point would be whether we see a 4th hatchery before gas, or a 3 hatch and then gas from DinOt.
Yeah. I mean, interesting about JF and what he's done, he's cut some probes and he's gone for an 11 Nexus. And what that does is that means your Nexus is going to be ready before you need to build any more pylons. So, in fact, he could actually skip his 2nd pylon and be able to get a much better econ up, better econ up because he can skip that pylon early on. And as expected, JF is going for Forge Gateway before getting any cannons up, and that's completely safe nowadays with 12 hatch. And looks like JF is harassing that drone over at the middle only. And he manages to get it down. I mean, the positioning of that hatchery tells me he's going to play a macro game. He wants to put a 2nd hatch down there to fix the mining later on.
No gas up yet for DinOt, so he might be planning the 4th hatch here. Unfortunately, we're going to get this scouted here, of course, by Jianfei, and he's going to, have a good idea of when that gas goes down. It's absolutely critical in terms of knowing the tech build of the Zerg, and we'll see whether we see a 4th expansion. I'm sorry, a 3rd expansion right off. Well, actually, it would be a 3rd expansion right off the bat here, or if we see the 4th hatch inside the base. Either is possible at this point, and 1 cannon going up for Jianfei.
Yeah, I mean, DinOt's not taking that gas, and that's telling me he's going to try to do a run by it very, very soon. I mean, he's warming his ramp with Blanksing even. I mean, that tells me straight away he's going to be doing something tricky. With that gas so late, he's going to be trying something tricky here. I mean, that probe is not going to be able to see what's going on. I mean, here comes the 4th hatch, and we could probably see 4 hatch lengths, and against 1 cannon, JF isn't going to last very long.
Yeah, it could be 4 hatch Hydras, actually. I remember when I was playing against Chill in one of our previous grudge matches, I ended up trying to do that. Of course, I failed miserably, but we'll see what DinOt can do here. 4 hatch Hydras, can be a very powerful build on this map also. Although, with the way that Jianfei goes for fast Reavers, that could be, completely DinOt's undoing, because Reavers just destroy 4 hatch Hydras.
Yeah, but usually the Protoss is going to go for a Corsair first, and by the time the Corsair comes out, you're going to have a number of Hydralisks already ready out and ready to go on
it's
an
a race.
Attack. Yeah, so I don't think he's going to have those Rivers out in time if he does go for a 4 hatch Hydra, and by the looks of it, I mean, okay, he hasn't put down his Hydralisk den yet, and he's not doing anything with his spawning pool, so this is rather confusing.
Just about getting 100 gas right now, so we could be seeing the speed first here. No, he's going Lair, actually.
Lair first.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Or Orthodox, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, he's gone for 4th hatch before Lair. I mean, that's something. I mean, he should really have gone for some kind of low eco build, but he's obviously wanting to try and play a really, really heavy macro game. And I mean, he's really pumping drones from all those 4 hatcheries, and that's going to give him a monster economy really early on.
So we might see that standard game anyway.
Yeah, well, moving over to JF's base, I mean, he's got his first Stargate up, his robotics facility warping in. We're definitely going to be seeing Sarah Reaver from him, which is kind of not.
We got that one right
for JF. Yeah. So, yeah, he's probably going to move out, and we've got Hydralisk Den coming down, and then, okay, so he's just going to go for a 4 hatchling lurker from here probably, and that's, you know, the build order was slightly weird, but he's got there in the end, and he's upgrading Hydralisk speed first, so he should be all right there. Meanwhile, we've got JF starting to build some more gateways, or 1 more gateway, so should be fine.
We're seeing Dragoon range here from JF also. That's pretty early for Dragoon range, and also no +1 upgrade. So we could be seeing, I forgot whose build this is. You know, it could be, I don't know, I'm not going to miscall it, but Dragoon Reaver is a distinct possibility here because we're seeing 3 more gateways going up. I'm going to guess it is Dragoon Reaver. I don't know if it was InControl's build or someone's build, but it reminds me of that, basically. You go for that early Dragoon range, and you go for Reavers, and you know, you push out, and it's just very devastating. But it also requires really, really high amounts of APM, which Jianfei, you know, probably has though.
Yeah, we can see the first shuttle is now rolling out from Jianfei, and the Reaver should be starting any moment because that support bay is up. And we've got DinOt just building his first Hydras out, so it's probably going to be a really, really tight and close Sarah Reaver game.
Yeah, actually, I don't think it's going to be Sarah Reaver. I think it's pretty much
actually, yeah.
Goon Reaver.
Yeah, I just checked that. I just checked that Stargate, and he's not building anything. And he's going to be going for Goon Reaver, which is, you know, kind of like the mech of PvZ, really.
It is definitely different. I remember Bisu did this against someone, I don't remember exactly who, but he's completely dominated him with it. And, you know, it's something you hardly ever see, but it's definitely going to catch, I think it's definitely going to catch DinOt off guard here. DinOt getting speed upgrade for his Overlords, that's not going to help him at all against this. He has just a couple of Hydralisks. He's trying to pick up his new base here at the 3 o'clock, now picking up his 3rd gas there. But he definitely does not know what's going on. This is going to be absolutely problematic for him because he's not going to, you know, he's not going to have the units necessary. He's not going to have the Spire, for example, to deal with the shuttle with the Reavers inside. So he could be in a lot of trouble. Pure Hydralisks get destroyed by this build, pretty much.
And here we go. We see JF moving out now, and so this is going to be pretty much clutch right here. I mean, we've got to see what DinOt's going to do. Is he going to be able to get a good flank off? He's going to be able to snipe that Reaver. If he can snipe the Reaver early on, that's pretty much it. Jianfei's going to lose right there. But if Jianfei controls well, like he should, because he's a good the Reaver master, he should be fine, and we could see a lot of damage done here, even though he's only got a very small number of Dragoons. And here comes the attack. We've got the Hydras coming in.
There comes the attack.
The flank is pretty good, and the shuttle goes down. That's very, very bad.
Oh my god!
That's pretty much game right there. Amazing flank by DinOt, and JF is way behind after losing both the shuttle and the Reaver, and I'd expect DinOt to run away with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Jianfei has another Reaver queued up. He has another Reaver queued up, but no Reaver out yet. But I think his front base is going to be fairly safe with the number of goons he's saved. I won't count him completely out of this game yet, but certainly he's behind on tech now of pretty much every sort that he needs. He doesn't have the Sayers to really go Sayer Reaver, obviously. He doesn't have any Sayers. He has 1 actually in the corner. But you know, now DinOt is in a very comfortable position. He's got 2 evolution chambers going down and a Spire, and he's going to get his 3rd gas up pretty soon. Meanwhile, Jianfei, basically because he's gone for Goon Reaver, has no real ability to pressure him, and he's just going to have to be sitting in his base for another, you know, 3 or 4 minutes before having any chance of moving out.
Yeah, I mean, this basically gives DinOt an open check to do whatever hell he wants. He can take more bases, he can play more economic-oriented game, and just run over him with massive units at the end later. I mean, he could just mass up a number of Hydralisks and try to break the front, which is probably not the best option. But Jianfei is pretty much restricted to defending and building up more of his eco, and that's why he's taking his 3rd base now. I mean, he really doesn't have much choice. He's adding his observatory, he's expecting the lurkers to come out any moment. And
losing his Corsair.
I don't know. Oh, and he
only
just
thing he had. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, DinOt's got his 3 o'clock online now, so I mean, he's in a very commanding position early on in this first game. Yeah,
DinOt's going for double evolution chambers. He's got Zerg range attack and Carapace going up here, so definitely going to go heavy on the Hydralisk and maybe go for a break down the choke here, although I don't know if that's a wise idea on Andromeda. There are a ton of Dragoons and one Reaver there, but you know, as long as he might not go for a break, he might just hold this contained position, and that should be fine. You know, like you said, Jianfei's timing is off so much that, you know, he just right now getting +1 attack finished, and he's still so heavy on the Dragoons. He really needs to succeed here with this Goon Reaver push, and just now getting a shuttle out, so we're going to see one more big attack from him coming up soon.
Oh yeah, I mean, that first attack was so bad. I mean, he moving out with less, what was it, roughly 10 Dragoons and a Reaver.
Yeah, it was just too early.
4 hatch, pumping Hydra. It's way too early, and I mean, DinOt plays great. Comes in with a brilliant flank and took out the Reaver, and that was it. That's put JF at this huge disadvantage. I mean, I'd love for DinOt to take the center expansion even just to emphasize how behind JF is in this game.
Oh, here comes the attack on the front.
And here come the Hydralisks, and they're coming out. Oh, this is just real bad.
Reavers are not in position.
Destroying everything.
The Reavers were not in position at all. Finally, to get one Scarab off, but they were blocked by their own buildings, and the fact that the shuttle was, you know, not produced. I think it was barely produced at the time of that attack. So half the Dragoons go down, I believe. And meanwhile, now here we come and drop with the speed shuttle here, but there's Scourge in the way here. Scourge are gonna get the shuttle. Oh my God, and that is the nails in the coffin for JF. That is it. I don't see him coming back from this game. It's gonna be impossible, I think, now.
I'm dumbfounded at how badly JF's controlled his Reavers this game. For the acclaimed foreign Reaver Master, I mean, oh my God. I mean, here he goes. He's trying to go for a last final push with the Dragoons.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if those go down, I mean, that's pretty much a game right there. I mean, DinOt's playing really, really well. I mean, I didn't expect this level of play from him, and he's really stepped up his game, and he's taken it to JF right from the word go on JF's own map. And
yeah.
Yeah, here come the massive Hydra you can see coming out of the natural right now, and oh my God. He's currently sitting at 126 supply on basically pure Hydras, and JF is sitting on 118 with Dragoons. I mean, that's a lot of Hydra. JF is taking his 4th now. I mean, he's really got no choice but to play risky and try claw his eco back, but once those Hydras go in for the kill, that's it. The game's over, really.
And JF is just now researching Storm, so he's not going to have any High Templar out. He, of course, doesn't have any Reavers. Here comes another attack in the middle. I think this is going to be it for JF because there are way too many Hydras coming up. 1-1 Hydras out now for DinOt. DinOt, the young Chilean, is going to draw first blood here, surprisingly, on Andromeda. Andromeda is a rather Zerg favorite map, though. I think it's 60% in the pro scene, but, you know, Jianfei picked this map, and he's going to lose on it here in Game 1, so definitely not what I expected. I thought his you know, Reaver build would win here. Now, just ramming it down the neck here, and there is nothing left for Jianfei to do. Pretty much it's over at this point.
Very impressive game by DinOt. I mean, that he took it to JF with JF's probably best build he could possibly use, and he's walked away with it with miles. And there we go. There's the GG, and that's Game 1 over. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Jianfei's best build though. I mean, we saw the very unorthodox Dragoon Reaver, and he would have been better off going for CR Reaver, which you just see most Protoss do on this map. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was an interesting choice. Maybe just trying to out-psych DinOt a little bit in the first game, but it definitely didn't work that well.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of variation of a Reaver build will be advantageous to JF. Well, you'd assume would be advantageous to him anyway.
Right.
I mean, he probably should have moved out with, say, Reaver Zealot. You know.
Absolutely.
You could. That would have been better. I mean, yeah, like you said, Ser Reaver would have been good, or even just straight up normal standard play after just a little bit of Ser Reaver harass. That would have been fine. But you know, DinOt played well, and he came out and flanked brilliantly. Took out the first Reaver. That pretty much neutralized JF for the start of it. And then he managed to get the next 2 Reavers in the shuttle, and that was pretty much it right there. I mean, if you lose 3 Reavers for doing absolutely no damage, that's game right there.
So talking about the metagame here, do you think it was possible JF was trying to just sort of show off a little bit in the beginning, try to get a win with a strange build, and do you think now DinOt is going to be more confident walking into Game 2 with a big win here?
Of course. I mean, if I was DinOt, I'd be confident about moving into Telcross. I mean, it's his map. He chose it. This is the map where he feels most comfortable to play, and I like CVP on this map. I mean, Zerg's got a lot of options, a nice easy third, nice easy gas. So, interesting.
Alright. Yeah,
So
well,
should
I'm
we
excited.
get the game underway? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's get rolling.
And so,
Yeah.
are we ready to go, Intrigue? And yeah, I think we're ready to go.